Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Okay, guys. Right. So we're continuing on the mansubat. So mansubat so far we've said there's 12. So you got the maf'ul, you got the maf'ul bihi, maf'ul mutlaq. Today we're going to be doing the maf'ul fihi. All right. So today we're going to be covering maf'ul fihi. For example, like this. أكلت الطعام صباحا تحت الشجرة. Okay, so I ate the food صباحا in the morning تحت الشجرة. So this is what we're going to be looking at today, something called مفعول فيه. Okay, right. Let's open a new page. New page. Save. Okay. Okay, so let's start then. So today's topic is called مفعول فيه. Okay, مفعول فيه. مفعول فيه is also known as, he calls it ظرف. Okay, ظرف. Okay, so let's just go onto the page. Look at that. It's got colors on there. Okay, so ظرف. Now ظرف, okay, actually means container. So just if I draw a container here, a vessel, so it's a cup, and inside that cup, say I put some water inside of it. Yeah, so that's called a ظرف because something can go inside of it. So maf'ul fihi and ظرف actually mean the same thing, really. It's ultimately the same thing. And it's just giving you indication of what this concept is all about. Now, how does this work? So, in English, if I say something like this, if I say, I saw Zaid. I saw Zaid. Now, if you want to add here, over here, the question, where did you see Zaid? Where? So whatever you write in the answer for where is going to be called the maf'ul fihi. Yeah, the ظرف. Yeah, whatever you're going to write over here. Because remember we said it occurs inside of it. Fihi. Fi means inside. So the ظرف is a container, a vessel. So the seeing of Zaid, where did it take place? Okay, so where? So whatever you're going to put in this blank here is going to be called the maf'ul fihi. So if I say to you, where did you see Zaid? And I say, I saw Zaid under the tree. So under the tree is the maf'ul fihi. Under the tree is the maf'ul fihi. Okay. Likewise, if I said this, I saw Zaid, but this time I want to ask the question, when? When did you see Zaid? So whatever answer I'm going to give for when, this is going to be called the maf'ul fihi, because when is also a vessel for time. Where is a vessel for space, and when is a vessel for time. So in this case, where, if I said to you, I saw Zaid where, so what shall I write? Come on, give me an idea. Where did I see Zaid? Oh, sorry, when? When did I see Zaid? I saw Zaid when? Let's say, for example, I saw Zaid this morning. Okay, so this morning is going to be the maf'ul fihi. Maf'ul fihi. Okay, let me give you another example then. Forget I, too many eyes. Okay, Zainab ate the apple. So now we want to add here two things. Where did she do it? And when did she do it? Yeah, where did she do it and when did she do it? So Zainab ate the apple. Where did she eat the apple? So let's say, for example, she ate the apple outside So outside is where. And if I say Zainab ate the apple when? She ate the apple yesterday. Okay, so where and yesterday. So is that coming in the screen? I think that's been cut off, so let's bring this a bit forward. Okay, so these are the two things basically maf'ul fihi is all about. If you can put where, if you can put a when, then it's generally called maf'ul fihi. That's what he wants to teach you today. All right, so let's look at how he does it then. So I'm just gonna give you a summary of how he does it, and then we'll look at the book, because I think it's easier for us to study how he does it rather than just looking at the book first of all. Otherwise, it gets a bit confusing. Okay, so look at this. Let's divide this up then into two. So we're going to have, on one side, we're going to have when. So you can write this down as well. When. And on the other side, we're going to have where's. Okay, when's and where's. So the when's, for example, like اليوم. Okay, so اليوم, الليلة, غدوة, بكرة. These are all Arabic words for describing a time. سحرا or سحرا, غدا, عتمة, صباحا, مساء, أبدا, أمدا, حينا. Okay, these are some of the words that he lists. So I just thought I'd just write them down, give you a little brief understanding of what these words mean. Okay, so first of all, اليوم. So اليوم refers to today. Today. الليلة, tonight. غدوة, morning. بكرة, early morning. سحر, pre-dawn. Yeah, like in Urdu you say sehri. غدا, tomorrow. عتمة is evening, and it's more specific kind of evening when the sun goes down, and it goes dark, that time evening. صباحا is morning as well. مساء, evening as well, but this is like general evening. أبدا, forever. أمدا, for a long time. حينا, for a while. Okay, so these are words that are used in Arabic for different parts of the day. And trust me, this is just a tip of the iceberg. There are loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of words the Arabs have. Okay, next. For where's. Now look, you see the where's that he mentions. You got to remember something. When I say to you where, like your house is where, a masjid is where, comes under where. England is where, Europe is where, Africa is where, Saudi Arabia is where. So they don't count these as maf'ul fihis. Remember that. Any sort of physical place which you can measure with a tape measure, they don't count those. So we're not going to mention any of those. Okay, so you can make a note of that. So any sort of place which you can measure, any sort of place which you can measure with in centimeters or meters or miles or whatever, those are not counted as maf'ul fihis. It's the other ways. What other ways? Ways which are relative. Like for example, let's see. Okay, so Amam. I'm going to do the ones that he writes. Khalf, Quddam, Wara. Remember, these are all written in the book. I'm just quickly writing them down. So sorry for my extremely neat handwriting. تحت, عند, مع, إزاء, حذاء, تلقاء, ثم. Remember, this is ثم, not ثم. Don't get them too mistaken. ثم, not ثم. And هنا. Yeah, so these are the ways. No, notice Amam means in front. So in front can be anything. You can't measure in front. It could be right in front. It could be far in front. Khalf, behind, the same. Quddam is in front as well. Wara, behind as well. Another word for behind. Fawq, above. Taht, below. Inda is near or with or at. You can have at as well. Ma'a is with. Iza is parallel. Okay. Hidha again is next to. Tilqa is like face to face, in front or face to face, you can write. Thamma is there, over there. So remember, don't get this mixed up with thumma. Thumma, this is an ataf, a word of ataf. Yeah, thumma. So not thumma, this is thamma with a fatha. And huna is here. Again, this is just the tip of the iceberg. There are lots and lots and lots of other words. Okay, ba'ad as well, yes. Ba'ad is one of them. So there's loads of words that you got. But he's obviously, he doesn't want to write the whole thing down. So he's just written down the main kind of ones that really come. Okay, so these are the ones. Remember what I said about the ways? It's not any way that you can measure. Like if I say to you, where did you go for Umrah? If you say to me Pakistan, you need your head slapped. Yeah. So if I say to you, where did you go for Umrah? You say to me, I went to Makkah. That's not they don't call that a maf'ul fihi. Why? Because Makkah is a place. It's a tangible place that can be measured. Whereas these words are, you can assume, non-tangible. They're relative, they're subjective in what they mean. Like if I say to you, where do you live? I live in England. That's not a dharf. Yeah. But if you say something like, where do you live? I live under a tree. Okay, under a tree is a dharf. Yeah. Does that make sense? So that's a very important point. He hasn't mentioned it, but I mentioned it here. So on the Day of Judgment, I'm going to tell him that. You didn't mention it, but I mentioned it. On a joke. Okay, so that's basically how this works. So let's look at a couple of examples. Everyone happy up today, yeah? How come Saudis say hina? Yeah. You're going to have to go to the Saudis. You're going to have to ask the Saudis why they say that. Yeah. There's different pronunciation dialects of how to say some of these words. So like in the time of the Prophet ﷺ, there wasn't one tribe of Arabs. There were many tribes of Arabs, and they had different dialects of how they used to pronounce certain words. Like for example, tomato. Yeah. So even though the letters are exactly the same, the pronunciation sounds different. So they had exactly the same thing in the Arab times. Yeah, different pronunciations of how they used to say stuff. Okay. Make sense, guys? Right, let's move on then. Right, so let's do a couple of examples. Or a few examples, rather. Or you can try examples as well. Maybe in the comments, just give me some examples of dharfs. So I'll write some down. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and implement what we've done so far. So akala Zaydun. Okay, so remember we've done this, we've done Zayd. I want you to tell me what vowel we're going to put on Zayd. So akala Zayd, at-ta'am, the food. Okay, so first of all, akala is the verb. Zayd, who is doing this action? Zayd is doing the action. So what vowel are we going to give Zayd? Quickly, come on. What vowel are we going to give Zayd? Zayd is doing the action. And remember we said before, the one that does the action, we're going to give it the marfu state. Excellent. Yeah, marfu. And marfu state is dawan, dad, waw, alif, nun. So here we're going to give it dad. Yeah, akala Zaydun. At-ta'am, this is the food. So Zayd ate the food. It's on the receiving end of the eating. So what vowel are we going to give it? What state is it in? It's in the mansoob state. So this we're going to give it fatha. Okay, fatha. Because fatha is one of the signs of mansoob. And aklan, this is from the masdar of akala. We did this last week. So akala aklan. Yeah, this is the masdar, maf'ul, mutlaq. Okay, so this is the fa'il, and get used to trying labeling the words. This is the maf'ul. Get yourself like a book that's got no vowels on there and start labeling them. So aklan is maf'ul mutlaq. Now we want to add on to this. We want to add on to this maf'ul fihi too. So we want to add on to it where, when, and where. So akala Zaydun at-ta'ama aklan. Zayd really thoroughly ate the food. When did he eat it? Yeah, when did he eat it? When? Come on, give me one of these things that he's written in red. That I've written. When did he eat it? So all you have to do is you add one of these in. So he ate it. Let's say masa'an. Yeah, in the evening. Masa'an. We're going to make it mansoob because it comes under one of the categories of mansoob. Okay, where did he eat it? I want you to give me one of the blue ones. Now remember this, okay, you know whenever you use one of these blue ones, all of these that are used, all of these, apart from the last two, usually have a mudaf ilayhi after it. Yeah, a mudaf ilayhi. It's like an of rule. So like fawq, and then you have a word after that. Above the house. Wara al-masjid. Quddam al-sayyara. Khalf al-shajara. Amam al-ustadh. So you have a word after it. Okay, so it's going to be in the mudaf ilayhi position. So, okay, come on. Where did Zayd eat all this food in the evening? Where? So you got to mention one of these. He ate it, let's say, ma'a, with. Ma'a Khalid. Yeah, so Khalid is the majroor. Now don't worry about mudaf ilayh. We'll do that. Okay, we'll do that later. So ma'a Khalidin, with Khalid. Zayd ate the food. Aklan, he really ate it. When did he eat it? In the evening. Who did he eat it with? Ma'a Khalid. Yeah, there you have it. You got a sentence and you got all of these. And these two are what we call dharfs. Or, if you want to give it the nice posh name, maf'ul fihi. Yeah, maf'ul fihi. Okay, let's do one more example and then we'll just look at the Quran. Yeah, and try and apply it as much as we can in the Quran. Okay. قرأت, I read al-Quran. Now you quickly tell me what vowel are we going to put on Quran? Qira'ah. Remember, qira'ah is the masdar from qara'tu. So what vowel are we going to put on qara'tu? And now we want to put in a when and a where. I'll do it in blue. A when and a where. Okay, so a when and a where. Okay, so qara'tu al-Qur'ana. Okay, al-Qur'ana. Yeah, fatha, excellent. Okay, so fatha on there because it's the, so you have to say what it is. So why give it fatha? So we're going to give this a fatha because it comes under mansoob, and out of the 12 types of mansoob, It's the maf'ul bihi. Yeah, because it's on the receiving end of the qara'tu. Yeah, I am reading the Quran. The Quran's not reading. If the Quran was reading, then it would be marfu. But the Quran's not reading, I am reading the Quran. And qira'ah, this is the masdar, so this is what we call the maf'ul mutlaq. Okay, maf'ul mutlaq. So this is mansub, maf'ul mutlaq. Okay, now tell me, when did I read the Quran? So out of these red ones, choose one of them. When did I read the Quran? I read the Quran sabahan. Yes, sabahan. Remember, we've got to give it mansub, nasab. Okay, and where did I read the Quran? Tell me where I read the Quran. So we read the Quran, let's say, Amama, in front of, Amama, because we're going to make it mudaf, give it a single fatha, al-bayt, in front of the house. Amam al-bayti. Everyone understand that? Yeah. Oh, tahta shajarati, yes, good one. Yeah, tahta shajara you can have. That's fine as well. But you get the idea how this works. Right, this is. Now, let me tell you a very, very vital detail that the author hasn't told you. Or actually, let's read what the author says and then I'll tell you that vital detail. So I'll keep you on your toes. Okay. Okay. So let's look at this. Babu dharf az-zaman. This is the chapter of dharf az-zaman. Dharf means the vessel of time. Wa dharf al-makan, and the vessel of place. Dharf az-zamani, dharf of zaman, the vessel of time or place, time rather. Huwa. Yeah, my name is Zaman as well. Look at that. Yeah. So dharf az-zaman, this is my brother. So dharf az-zaman, the vessel of time, huwa is ismu az-zamani, is the name of a time, al-mansub. Okay, so let me just color this in. Yeah. Color. Okay, so is mansub. No, nice color. Is mansub. Okay, so this is mansub, meaning in the nasab state, mansub state. It's a time, it's the name of a time which is in the mansub state, btaqdeer. This is what I didn't mention to you guys, which I was going to mention. Yeah, with hidden fi, btaqdeeri fi. So if you look at all these examples, akala zaydun at-ta'am aklan. Zayd ate the food, masa'an, in the evening. So you assume over here there's like an in hidden here. Yeah, like fi. Where did he eat it? In the evening. So bitaqdeer, by hiding fi in the sentence. So if fi makes sense in the sentence, then you can treat it as zarf. Nahwa al-yawm, like the word al-yawm, الليلة غدوة بكرة سحرا غدا عتمة صباحا مساء أبدا أمدا حينا وما أشبه ذلك, and any word which is similar to all of these. وظرف المكان, and ظرف المكان is اسم المكان, is the name of a place which is mansub again, بتقدير, with hidden في. Again, so over here, if you go over here, we assume قرأت القرآن قراءة صباحا في أمام زيد. So in Arabic you can actually hide a fi there, in front of Zayd. Yeah, in front of Zayd. Now, one point to remember here, in English, fi doesn't always work. So you can get a bit confused if you're trying to translate from Arabic into English. It gets a bit confusing. So, but if you bear in mind what I told you earlier, then it's easy. Yeah, so this fi issue, like, ignore it for now. And inshallah, you'll be okay. Okay, so with the hidden fi, نحو أمام, in front, خلف, behind, قدام, in front again, وراء, فوق, تحت, عند, مع, إزاء, حذاء, تلقاء, ثم, and هنا, وما أشبه ذلك, and any words similar to this. Now, one of the things that I found, and if you studied Arabic, you found this as well, is sometimes the text, the Arabic, can be extremely hard to get your head around. You're reading it and you're thinking, okay, I've got the concept, but when I read the text, it kind of explains things like in a very awkward way. The reason for that is because these books have been written for an audience that already knows how to speak Arabic. Remember that. Yeah, all these Arabic books, or majority of the classical Arabic books, are written for people who know Arabic, who can speak Arabic. So imagine you who knows English was to study English grammar now. So the books that you're studying are designed for people who know English. That's why it's easy for you to navigate through them. And if there was someone who didn't know English and you gave them the same English book that you study, to them, they're going to be in the same situation that you are in when you want to study Arabic. Does that make sense? Yeah, so this is why, just bear that in mind. And that's why I'm trying to explain Arabic in for an English audience. Yeah, and totally change the way, the books are written, so that an English audience, when they're introduced to Arabic, they understand it in their own way. Then later on, once they get immersed into Arabic, then they can pick up these books and study these books. Anyway, I thought I'd just mention that. And that's it, basically. So let's just look at what we studied and then we'll look at the Quran, inshallah. So maf'ul fihi means maf'ul that's in something, in it. Dharf, yeah, vessel, container. Yeah, so anything where you can have a when question or a where question hidden there, like one of these or one of these, then it's a maf'ul fihi. It's a dharf. Okay, it's a maf'ul fihi. Okay, let's look at the Quran then. Right, so let's look at some. Let's go through the Quran then. Okay, so look at this. Ya Adam, O Adam, uskun anta wa zawjuka al-Jannah. You and your wife live in Jannah. Yeah. Now the word Jannah here is not maf'ul fihi. Why is it not maf'ul fihi? Because this word al-Jannah is something which is tangible. Yeah, so it's not like relative, it's not something which is subjective. So this would be considered to be like a maf'ul bihi. Even though some do consider it to be a maf'ul fihi, then that's something else says. But that's not an example for us of maf'ul fihi. Okay. Let's see if there's any other. Okay, so let's look at this one then. So over here, okay, so al-yawma, that's an example. Today, akmaltu lakum deenakum. I have completed for you your religion. Wa atmamtu alaykum ni'mati. And I have perfected upon you my favor. So when did Allah do this? Al-yawm, Allah says, today. When He revealed this verse, yeah, everything that we need for the religion has been revealed to us, revealed for us. Yeah, so al-yawma, that's maf'ul fihi. That's an example of when. Yeah, today, when. Okay, let's see if there's any other. Okay, so I can't seem to find any here. Okay, A is one. بين يديه. Yeah, so بين between his hands, in meaning that means in front. So بين is what we call مضاف. Yeah, مضاف. And it's مفعول فيه ظرف. Again, بين يديه as well, in front. So this is also a مفعول فيه where okay, let's just do a normal. So أنزل, this is the fi'l, this is a verb. The word Allah is the fa'il. Yeah, so أنزل is fi'l, that's the fa'il. ترى, this is a fi'l. And الذين, this is what we call the موصول. Okay, min indihi. This word min indi, if there was no min there, then this ind would have been mudaf. It would have been a dharf rather, maf'ul fihi. But because it got the min, you don't treat it as a maf'ul fihi anymore. So that's one point to remember as well. Okay, I think that's it because it's going to take me a bit of time to sort of look for these earlier, but inshallah khair. Anyway, so jazakallah khair for that, guys. Keep practicing, inshallah. And if you find any more examples, you can send them to me. You can put them in the comments. Help each other as well, inshallah. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.